home of Jugaad, here improvisation is key to survival. Driven by a population of about 1.4 billion people, here the phrase that necessity is the mother of all invention must apply, and take note of the word must. So kama ushaiwatch hizo video za jua kali ya India, you should have realized that it is somewhere, hata tunaweza sema it is almost at par with what we refer to as engineering in Kenya. So in India they can literally build anything that is matters automotive from scratch in the jua kali sector. That means wanaweza tafuta chassis, engine, waunganisha gari jua kali, and it actually goes to the road. Actually, guys from Tanzania learned about the boogie modification, that is kuweka double diff kwa Fuso Fighter from the Indians in a bid to try and increase payload. Apparently ukienda India, that is the norm, unapata gari imekwa like 10 wheels in a bid to get any amount of payload possible from that specific vehicle. So Tata Motors was quick to learn that their target market, that is the Indian market, does not go for comfort in trucks. They're actually after simplicity, massive payload, reliability, and cheapness in a truck. So that is how the Tata LPK range of trucks, that is the tipper boogie trucks and the rigid long chase 10-wheeler trucks, were born. There is a group of trucks zenye zinatik all boxes, matters business except matters driver comfort, cabin comfort. Yeah, so the engineers at Tata go to work and wanatengeneza some rigid proper truck yenye iko na proper diffs and everything, but now they need an engine ya kuweka kwa truck, but then they must not go overboard with this engine juu wanaangalia matters simplicity, weight reduction, juu ya factors za payload, na pia wanajaribu kuangalia ease of maintenance. So enter Cummins 6BT. This is a 5.9 liter inline-6 turbocharged engine yenye imekuwa in service for too long. That is an engine with the tech from the 80s, and if una understand about diesel engines well, might have found out that Cummins makes one of the most reliable diesel engines ever. And in terms of the medium duty truck range of engines, together the Cummins 6BT is one of the most reliable engines ever with over 40 years of service, and hii engine hainanga any computers or any tech, so very few things can actually go wrong in this engine. The 6BT has a rated output of around 160 horsepower and 500 Nm of torque. So looking at this, atogela kwa range ya 10 wheelers, hakuna truck yenye iko na such low horsepower numbers. But remember, horsepower is not as important for such jobs kama off-roading and trucks as torque. So look at the competition, that is trucks like Fuso, like the new Fuso has around 240 horsepower. That is the rated output. Kienda kwa the new 7th generation Isuzus, that is the LVZ34s, have a rated output of around 280 horsepower. Ukiangalia the Chinese competition, akina Fao, Ho and everything, zinachezea 270 to 290 horsepower. But ukikuja kwa Tata iko na 160 horsepower na bado inaweza kucompete na hizi trucks. So what's the secret? So Indian engineers, because of that mentality ya Jugaad, that is improvisation and innovation, wana coming up na one of the most crazy ideas ever for the automotive industry. So take 160 horsepower and do some proper gearing reduction, and you'll actually multiply the torque of that engine. Ndo maana unaonanga Tata, especially the 2516, the maximum speed on that thing is just 100 km/h, because trucks don't really need to move fast. Trucks are meant to carry loads. So hata lorry unaenda more than so ukienda wapi in the first place. So to start with, you realize that the Tata has a rated load capacity of around 18 tons. That is GVW yake huko 25 tons. So ukiangalia hizo numbers, 2516 actually means 25 tons and 160 horsepower. With the bigger brother, that is the 2518, which is an up-tuned version of the coming 6BT also, with a maximum output of around 180 HP. So the result of all this is a truck that seemingly seems underpowered to the competition, but actually does the work. It's lighter. Kikuja kwa fuel economy, the Tata LPK 2516 unaangalia iko more friendly on the pocket, that is kwa investor kuliko the rest of the competition. Ukienda kwa bei, it is cheaper. Huku inachezea around 8.4 million as compared to the competition zenye ziko huko 12 million. Ukienda kwa durability, Tatas are really reliable. Wasee uzidharau, but deep down wanaelewa that kama diff ya Tata before hiyo diff itaishi. So another winning factor was that the Tata 10-wheeler, that is the LPK 2516, is less heavier than the rest of its competition, meaning that ukikuja kwa payload unaweza igongadi 18 tons na bado itamanage kupita Kenha. Jukena maximum rating ya 10-wheelers inakuanga I think 26 tons. So the empty weight, that is the tier weight, haijagonga 7 tons, I think. Yeah. Another brilliant idea was that Tata ikarai mnaonanga signature yao, they actually came up with a very light yokarai ya to make sure that they maximize the payload of this truck, as uko India wase niliwangia they focus more on payload rather than comfort. So the downside is that in all this they had to sacrifice on the driver comfort. Umesikia dara zikito nyumba ya mabati, mchana ni jua, joto mingi kwa cabin, usiku ni baridi tupu. They actually have almost literally zero insulation on noise. Kitu ingine cabin ya Tata haiwezi tilt, so you actually access the engine from inside the cabin, which can be hectic ikikuja kwa kungoa hiyo engine hapo kuswap engine. So to an investor out here looking for such a truck for construction issues, kama kuna mabarabara unajenga, Tata is a very nice option. Hata usiende hizo mamchinku, just go for Tata. Ukiangalia the price difference na easy akina VZ, Fuso and the rest, you realize that Tata itakuwa na more returns in terms of everything in fuel consumption, na kila kitu itakuwa na more returns, payload. So if what you are dealing with is short distance jobs, that is short distance transport, kama hii kwenda kutupa mchanga, kubeba kokoto nearby, Tata is the way to go. But kwa long distance hapo ni penye issues zinaanza kuingilia. Any driver mwenye atendesheo kitu for long distance complaints ataumwa mgongo, haina mbio, and the rest. So channel your views about the Tata hapo kwa comment section. I would like to read some of those comments and have a discussion with you guys on the viability ama the possibility of the Tata being the winning formula ikikuja kwa investment ya construction trucks. Yeah, long distance hiyo hata mimi nishawaambia I don't propose one to invest in a long distance truck ya Tata, but for short distance road construction, kubeba materials, quarry nini, that would do. I think a range of 100 kilometers jobs, that would do, and it would be perfect and more returns than anything else in the market.